Okay, greetings and welcome. So today I'm going to look at a few verses, a few very important verses, and ones that might be misunderstood. And these are very important verses because they teach in eternal security. They're actually some of my favorite verses to use to prove eternal security. And if you ever run into someone that believes that you can lose your salvation, it might be a good idea to show them these verses. There's others to you can use as well, but this is probably one of my favorite sets. And these deal with what's called the judgment seat of Christ. This is when Christians get judged before God. And so this is the judgment just for Christians, which is separate from the white throne judgment, which is for non-Christians. So this is the judgment seat of Christ. So here you're getting judged. Here your works are being judged. So I'm going to look at these verses just to explain them. So verse 11, for other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ is the foundation. You have to believe in Jesus Christ first. Otherwise, none of this applies. That is the foundation. So this is just for Christians. That's the basis of everything. That's your foundation, Jesus Christ. If you build it upon other foundation, it doesn't work. It's just going to fall apart. Verse 12. Now, if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. So the day it shall so the fire is going to judge the works. The works are passed through the fire, not your soul, but the actual works. And there's different materials: gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, and stubble. So gold, silver, precious stones, that's good stuff. You serve the Lord, you get rewarded with good material. That material will survive the fire. But works of the flesh, where you're serving yourself, that's the wood, hay, and the stubble. That's going to burn. That stuff burns. So if you serve the flesh, you're not really, you're doing whatever you want in this life. That stuff's going to burn. You're not getting rewarded with that. The wood, hay, and stubble. It's going to burn. It's cheap material. It's gonna burn. So it's only the material that passes the fire that you're going to get rewarded for. So in the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. The fire is trying your works. Verse 14, if any man's work abide, which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. You get rewarded for serving the Lord. So God is a capitalist. You get rewarded for serving God. Verse 15, if any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. Very important verse. Very important verse. This is what I was getting at about eternal security. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss. So if your work can burn, which it's disappointing, you can be ashamed of yourself or disappointed when you stand before God. But your soul is still saved. Your soul is still saved, but you just don't receive an inheritance, or maybe not as much of an inheritance. I don't know. I can't tell you the exact details at this point. That's something we'll find out in heaven. But those that serve the Lord, that do more for Him, they get rewarded more in heaven. But you are saved, so the fire doesn't touch you. The fire touches the works. That's what it's trying. It's not trying your soul. Your soul is saved. You're in heaven no matter what. If you trusted in Jesus Christ, if you laid upon the right foundation. So very important set of verses, commonly misunderstood. Whenever people don't believe in salvation and they see these verses, they try to twist out of it. They cannot explain these verses because these verses are so direct in proving that you cannot lose your salvation. So, yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time.